Drinkwitz here. Please begin with an opening statement.
Yeah, first just want to say how remarkable the crowd was today. I mean, unbelievable from the start of the game, the students being out there and being loud, and then everybody being in their seats. I mean, when we kicked off, it reminded me of what it was last year. So it was an awesome job by the crowd, and you could just tell our players, I mean, with that fast start, fed off the energy of the crowd. And so I want to thank the students, want to thank the fans for being in the seats and making this opening game pretty special. SID just told me, Kat just told me that it was the sixth time or the sixth largest crowd. Yeah, and for the home opener. First time we've held a team to under 100 yards since 2019. So, you know, Corey Batoon, can't say how good of a job he did tonight. And then, you know, at halftime I really challenged our players when we were going to sub people out to play to a standard and not get complacent, and was really, really proud of those guys. Got a lot of different people in the game. Man, that last drive, I think, other than Philip Roche, it was all freshmen on the field. And, man, that is going to be one heck of a defense in the future. Really proud of those guys, and thought they came in and played to a standard. So really appreciative of them. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
Eli, what did you like about
the talk of this week was Murray State kind of being serious unknown
Yeah.
to prep for. How long did it take you guys to kind of figure it out?
It took us 4 plays. So, no, I mean, they had some stuff. They started with some unbalanced formations, but again, that's just a hats off to Corey and his staff for having our guys that prepared and really just answering the bell. You know, we kind of figured that there wasn't going to be a ton of drop back pass, and so we were kind of expecting some of the screen and inside zone and some sweep stuff, and I thought we played with great edges. Corey Flagg, I thought, played really fast today. He jumped out on film. Marvin Burks jumped out, you know, just live making tackles. So really pleased with the way the defense played tonight.
Eli, with the fast start the offense had? What did you like that you saw from your starters, you know, that fast start?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they just came out, you know, after the onside kick and executed. You know, we left a few plays out there that we're going to be coming back in and working on. But, you know, I thought, you know, we protected the quarterback really well tonight. I don't think he had any protection issues. And you know, we were fairly efficient. I know in the first half, I think we were 5 of 7 for third down. So, you know, overall it was a pretty good night.
Eli, did you see what you wanted to tonight from your starting offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought so. I thought we were able to run the ball. You know, we just missed on a couple of shot plays that we're going to have to connect on and moving in the future. But overall, I thought those guys played pretty well. We'll have to watch the tape. You know, we had a couple of penalties there, but yeah, for the most part, I thought they did what we expected them to do.
Coach, for Toriano to come up with that first big defensive
Yeah,
play,
how about that?
How gratifying was it to see that for him, and not only for him individually, but that unit, which obviously is finding its way after so many
Yeah.
personnel losses?
Yeah, well, I thought the first best play was the fourth down. I mean, obviously, to stuff a quarterback sneak like that was pretty impressive. And then to come back that very next drive and Toriano to make the play. He's been doing a really good job in camp. He's really been competitive and challenging routes, and for him to be up there and make that play today was pretty awesome. I know it was really special for him. I think he surprised himself because he didn't have a celebration to go to, so we'll have to work on that.
You know, is that, look at his athleticism, I mean, that's a tough play to make, but then to separate and almost stiff arm to complete the touchdown, I mean, that almost looked like a receiver more than a defensive back.
Yeah, we got plenty of wide receivers, so we'll keep him over there at the DB position. But no, I mean, he's a heck of an athlete. He's a great player. We're fortunate that he, you know, was able to come back and you know, I think all the new guys today. Chris McClellan, you know, has the sack fumble, forced fumble. You know, Champ has a bunch of good tackles. You know, Zion has the pressure when Toriano makes the interception. Toriano made plays. So to see the new guys integrate themselves the way that they have, and for us to play at a high level, I thought, you know, offensively too, Marcus Bryant, Caden Green, you know, I think that all those guys, it was good to see that.
What's your instant thought on how you ran the ball, specifically the first two guys, Nate and Marcus?
Well, exactly what I kind of expected with Marcus Carroll. He's going to be really tough to tackle when he gets his pads downhill. It's going to be a tough out, and you know, you're going to have to really bring a sack lunch to keep hitting him. I thought Nate Noel had some really good cuts. He's got some quickness. I think there's one that his feet got caught up that we're going to wish we had back. But for the most part, I thought those guys played well off of each other. I think both of them had a lot of yards catching and receiving too. Nate had 4, and I know Marcus had a couple too. So I was impressed with their ability to catch the ball.
Looked like Theo and Brett went to the locker room at various points in the first half. Any sense of what happened with them?
Yeah, we were just going to be smart with them in the second half. So I think they'll be fine. Wasn't alarmed by anything afterwards.
Those triple near misses on the deep balls in the first half. How
Yeah.
do you iron out those?
Practice.
games?
Yeah, just go back to practice. Obviously, I think part of that is adrenaline, and so just going back in and figuring out how do we account for the adrenaline in our throws. But they're the right reads. There was one in the second half that was really on us as coaches. Mookie has the big long run on 3rd down and gets about 40 yards. And then we go to a tempo call, and he's the take, and he was just out of gas. So that's really on us. But the other ones, I mean, we'll learn from. We'll get there.
How did you feel about the red zone offense? 7-7 in the red zone, and then the first team went 3 or 4. They were 4-4 with 3 more touchdowns. How do you feel they progressed?
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch the tape. I was really glad that we finished off the half with the touchdown. I just kind of challenged those guys. We weren't going to kick a field goal there, so was pleased with their execution on that drive. We'll have to go back and see. I can't recall any issues that I was concerned about.
Along those lines, that play, I think you had 5 seconds left, no timeouts, and it's a quarterback run. Is that just you're either going to score or we're going to go to halftime and not worry about?
Yeah, it was the right hash, and the ball was on about the 2.5-yard line. So I just told Kirby to call our 2-point play right there, and we're going to treat it like a 2-point play. So, we were either going to execute and get in, or we weren't. So.
Aside from some infractions up front, the 1s and the 2s, how would you characterize how the O-line looked consistently at point of attack tonight?
I'm going to have to go back and watch it. I mean, I thought we had some good holes. I thought there was a couple of plays where if the ball gets handed off, Brady throws the free access outlets that we would have had, even more yardage. Obviously, the false starts, false start right there on that 4th and goal can't happen. So, there's always things that you got to clean up. But I think we're where we wanted to be, and now we just got to keep improving. I mean, the name of the game is how much better can you get. 2 years ago, we had a big win and then kind of laid an egg the very next week because we thought we patted ourselves on the back, for a week. So we're not going to do that. We're going to get in there. We're going to figure out how to improve, and we're going to attack it this week in practice.
Yeah, Eli, can you talk about the decision to have the players link arms on the way out of the tunnel, and what the message is this season?
Yeah, the message is this is a new team. This is a new thing, and we want to show that together we're stronger. So it was really just about this is the way we're going to do it this year. So really appreciate the seniors and the captains coming up with that, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Coach, Drew Pine came in during the third quarter, went 10 of 11. What did you like about his performance today?
I thought he played an excellent half, made some really good decisions, showed toughness, didn't show a ton of athleticism on that quarterback run, but that's not why he's here. No, I was really proud, of Drew. To the way the season ended for him last year, for him to come back and the way he's been just an awesome teammate, pushed Brady, but also complimented him, and then for him to get a half of football in there and was just making great reads, putting the ball exactly where it needs to be, and so really impressed with him.
A 50-point shutout at home, what does that do to start the rest of the season, or what does that maybe say about what your summer was like?
Well, I think our team wanted to come out and show everybody that this is a new team, and this is a new thing, and we're going to have our own identity, and so I'm really proud of those guys for setting the standard. But like I told them in the locker room, this is just the start. The goal was to be 1-0, and we got to make 1-0 decisions this weekend, and we got to come back ready to work Monday, because from here, each game it's going to get a little bit more challenging, and so we got to meet those challenges head on with improvement and improvement mindset.
Was it strange to watch someone not named Harrison Mevis kick a field goal?
Yeah, really impressed with Blake tonight. Thought he did a great job with the extra points, the kickoffs. Obviously, we had the one where he's trying to overkick, but I thought he did a really nice job, and it was just great for his confidence.
Coach, what did you make of Nick first game at corner?
Nick DeLoach?
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch the tape. I know he had that one key pass breakup on a third down. It looked like in the third quarter. And I thought he had a pretty good perimeter play in the second quarter. But outside of that, I don't remember anything, which is probably good for a DB.
Did anything stand out about having the helmet communication or video on the
Yeah, we just gotta, obviously we screwed up the end of half right there with Brady when the clock was running, and he thought we were in the communication. We were telling him you got to go, and he thought we were making a check, and so that was what the communication was there. So we're gonna have to figure that out because in a critical situation, that clock blunder right there is massive.
Realize that trick play from the second quarter going to get an encore this season.
There was a trick play?
The goal line went outside the numbers, and
Oh, that's a bad deal too, because we've been practicing that play for about 18 months, and it's called Bulldog because Fresno State Bulldogs. It's Kirby's play, and he doesn't want to run it, so we've been goating him like the whole offseason. Like, you're never going to call it. Why do we even have it on the call sheet? So he ends up calling it, and then he fumbles it, and he's pissed at us right now. Let's just be honest about it. So no, we will never run that play again, and too bad. It's a good play.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. MIZ.